to my Mahina.
Don't know why you say goodbye, I say shalom.
Shalom! Mermaid Liv here again. Welcome to my channel. I make content all about mermaids, and today I'm going to make a video about a Mermaid Monofin! Mahina Mermaid. So they make these awesome like rubber monofins. They're super firm, but also flexible, so they have like a great flop to them, so when you're flipping your tail fin, it just looks really cool and realistic. Check out that design. They've got some pretty lines, and they have a really beautiful shape. I love that big fluke. I've said it once and I've said it before, I like big flukes and I cannot lie. So I'm very pleased with this monofin. I've used it so many times. I used it in the Key West Mermaid Festival, I used it in my first gig, and it's just my favorite fin. There aren't a whole lot of tails that fit a Mahina monofin, but I do see a lot of people wearing them just on their own, and it actually just looks super cool, you know, because this is just cool enough as it is. Now, some mermaid tails that fit the Mahina monofin, Magic Tail, which is one of my all-time favorite mermaid companies. That's where I got my tail that I do professional events with. It's really beautiful, and it fits with this monofin. Another company recently, Cape Cali, started making mermaid tails, and they fit with this monofin. Mermaid Inc. is a company, and also Courtney Mermaid, the Vancouver mermaid. She will do a tail that is custom to your monofin, and that includes a Mahina. It costs a little extra because Mahina monofins are so big, but that's all of your options. So I would say it gives pretty good propulsion when you swim, and it just feels so natural swimming in it. I love swimming in that monofin. The only problem is it does kind of hurt my feet a little bit. It has these little extra bit of the material in the middle, and so they can give you blisters a little more easily than some tails, but the solution to that is to wear socks. You can wear neoprene socks. Those are the better ones to wear, but like, we don't all have neoprene socks, and some people don't want to spend $10 on socks, so I found that regular socks actually work just as well. But I'll put a link down below if you want to buy some neoprene socks. You could also use ace bandages to wrap them around your ankles or whatever, wherever your like ankles or heels touch. It is one size fits all, so you know that's not great if you've got some bigger feet. You can't really adjust it, so yeah, if you have big feet, you're beat. They have a kids monofin as well, and when I first went to order my Mahina monofin, I accidentally ordered the kids monofin, and I don't know how that happened, but I must have accidentally ordered the kids monofin because that's what I got. So I called customer service and they sent me a box. I returned the one that I originally got, and they had sent this one in that box. So they were super handy dandy. I don't know if that's Mahina that I bought it from. I think I brought it from another swim company that sold them, but I think the price has gone up because I don't remember it being that expensive when I bought this, but when I look at the prices online, it's like $100, which is kind of a lot, but if you're gonna swim in it as much as me, then it'll be worth it. Or if you want any of the tails I mentioned earlier, it looks great in them. Another thing that isn't great about this monofin is it's not really great to travel with because it's kind of a big boy. It's a little bit large and in charge, chunky yet funky. You actually can fit it in like a really big suitcase, but you have to, in my suitcase that I was able to fit it in, I had to kind of bend it a little bit, and it can go back, but it also does get a little out of shape it is kind of malleable, so if you lean it against something and it's like bent, it might stay in that shape. Another thing I did once was leave it outside when my tail was drying, and it kind of got shrunk in the sun a little bit. Don't do that. When you let your tail dry, just leave it separate from the monofin, I recommend. It's also, because it's pretty heavy, it's great for swimming in the water because there's no the gravity is not the same. You're weightless underwater. Like, if you're doing like a dry gig, then like having to support this thing, it can be hard on your feet, your ankles. So because it really weighs down your feet, kind of. That's one thing it's good for, is it looks really realistic because it kind of forces you to have your toes pointed because of how heavy it is, and so it does make for a nice long, beautifully flat mermaid tail effortlessly. So despite some of the drawbacks, I love my Mahina Monofin and I would recommend you getting one. So I hope this video was helpful. Come back again, I post videos every Monday around noon. Bye bye for now.